Hello, my name's Rain Hitchman, and I met Lou actually on the around about the 5th of February 2016 when she was involved in some other online promotions, events, and products. And I only realised this recently because I knew that I'd met her, and it was actually 7 years ago, and 2 plus 5, as in the 5th of February, is 7, and it's a very significant number for me. So it was destined to be divine timing. And exactly 7 years later, the 5th of February this year, we reconnected again on the Limitless. Well, it was actually the Cosmic Awakening, and but I started chatting to her again on the 5th of February, which was absolutely divine timing. I look back and I had no idea that had happened. So it was clearly meant to be. And so I got involved with the Great Awakening, and that basically led me to the Cosmic Call, and then from there on to the Limitless course. I have to say that as a corporate trainer, coach, and consultant, my whole life, my 58 years, well, coming up to in August, I've been searching for different ways that I can help people to really become the best that they can be in themselves, their ability to overcome any kind of obstacles, emotional, physical, spiritual, and really be successful both personally and professionally. So I've actually been on my own personal journey since childhood of development, spiritual and skills, knowledge, and beliefs, mindset. And I've really investigated everything I could think of to really understand myself, and therefore to help me to understand others and to be able to help them, because everything I do is about service. And so I really thought that I'd got to a place where I'd kind of got every kind of qualification, enlisted, enrolled, qualified in every kind of modality you could imagine. Was using everything in my practice. But I got to a point in my life where I just felt that, you know what, I really just didn't know what the next step was. I felt like I was done. I felt like I was in this waiting room, waiting for my next step. I felt like my purpose had been fulfilled, and I was looking to early retirement, and then I was just like, I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next for me. It doesn't feel right. I feel like there's something big coming, but I don't know what it is. And I was just stuck in this waiting room of despair, I call it, because I became very almost depressed, actually, very low mood, no motivation, felt very unwell. I'd had a health crisis where I'd realised I'd got diagnosed with an genetic autoimmune condition, which suddenly got triggered, as it does in my family. And I was in a really quite tough place. Things were happening very challenging for my business. I've had my own business for 30 years, very successful, and working in corporate and public sector as well as private, and having my own clients, one-on-one therapy, counselling, coaching, but it just didn't feel right anymore. It felt like there was something very much missing, and although I was done, I was completed. Didn't want to commit suicide or anything like that, but I just didn't know what was next. It was like I'd come to a full stop. physically and spiritually. So there was lots going on in my personal life as well with family, and I was just really struggling. So, and then I saw this, well, it was a GIF really, which was a lion head with antlers, and it was glowing, and it was a post from Louise, and it was about the Great Awakening. And that image absolutely drew me. I'm a Leo myself, and it just drew me, and so it drew me in, and I looked into it. I just felt there was something there, connected with Lou about it, and there at that point realised, yes, this is something I need to get involved with. So I got involved with the Great Awakening, which was a fantastic 6-day complimentary event. Got more out of it than I could have possibly imagined in terms of value and knowledge and understanding. That really led me to have the Cosmic Connection call with Chris and Lou. And again, just really changed my whole perception about my world, my reality, who I am, what I am, where I've come from, why I feel the way that I do, why I felt so very disconnected and other than other people. And it really started to make sense. And I had an enormous amount of healing in that, throughout those two processes. Healing that I thought I'd already done in 3D with some very, very talented individuals. But the limitation on it was the fact that it was all about this 3D world, things that had happened to me, wounds that needed to be healed in this 3D reality in my timeline. So going back across many of my lifetimes, but it didn't actually get to the core, which is where these wounds started, which was prior to me coming to this earth, because I discovered I was a starseed and an ancient. Eventually found I was an ancient, and that I didn't actually start life in this universe at all. So that was quite a surprise. But I tell you what, as I went through all of the information and started raising my awareness about where I'd come from and the lives I'd had prior to coming to Earth, do you know, it all just made complete sense, and I could really see it, and it resonated, and it made so much sense about some of the issues and fears and anxieties I had about living in this world, and where those fears and anxieties had come from, and the things that were limiting me. So that was absolutely fantastic. Did I have any reservations about joining the Limitless program? Well, yes, I did have some fear, because I really felt that I was in, as I said, this waiting room, and I didn't know what was coming next. I knew it was something big. I just didn't know what it was. And then when I discovered what it was, and who I actually, the start point of who I am, because it's unraveled and expanded and become more clear and a lot more detail over the Limitless course. But I just thought to myself, but what I was really worried about, it wasn't the money. Strangely enough, I actually had money in my bank, and it was sitting there with nothing to do with it. And it was like it was there waiting for this program to come. I know that sounds really, really quite crazy, but you know what? It is a crazy, crazy old world and universe that we live in. But it was there, so it wasn't the money at all. Strangely enough, I have an abundance mentality anyway, but it had already manifested, ready and waiting for me. It was all meant to be. So what I was worried about was myself, because I just felt so low energy, because I felt that I didn't have the capacity to fulfill the promise of what I was being told my destiny was. I was really, the more I thought about it, actually, that's really what it was. I just thought, why me? Do I have the capacity for this? Am I going to fail myself? Is it fear of success or fear of failure? Actually, I think it was fear of success, not fear of failure. It's fear of finding out so much more about who I am, what my real purpose is, my cosmic purpose, my soul contracts and my soul purpose, from cosmic purpose, what I was really sent to Earth for, and to do beyond Earth. That I was really concerned, would I have the energy to be able to fulfill that promise and to live up to it? And that's actually what I realised, that's really what was stopping me, and I had to think about it. And I thought to myself, Lou took me through a wonderful process about fear, and what I did was I really thought about, I came to the conclusion, connecting with my team, as I started to be able to do, and my higher self, quite quickly, very quickly actually, and engaging with my light language, I suddenly realised, you know what? If not this, then what? If not now, then when? There was nothing else. I was in this dark waiting room, this hole of despair, and I had nowhere to go. And yet, as soon as I had the realisation about this course, it's like there was a door that appeared, and I could see, actually, I'd walk through that door into something beyond my comprehension, into a knowledge, space, skills, abilities, that truly ascended anything that I thought I would be able to achieve or even had any knowledge of. I mean, we're talking about, I didn't know that I was a starseed even until the 5th of February 2023. And here we are, the 22nd of April. It's the whole process, and we've finished Limitless, actually took around about 9 weeks. And it's really transformed my life. So, no, I knew that I needed to do it. And so as soon as I had that realisation, I overcame the 3D, the survival system, my limbic brain telling me, don't do something that's outside of your comfort zone, don't push yourself out there, don't allow yourself to fail. If you do this, you'll be ridiculed, you'll hate yourself because of your own fear of failure, having been a perfectionist and a overachiever all my life and a people pleaser all my life. And I just thought, I don't want to feel like that anymore. And I thought, well, no, this is in my capacity. It's all come at exactly the right time. There's so many coincidences. I knew there was collective consciousness. I knew there was magic in the world. I used the angelic realm. I used many of the modalities. I knew that these coincidences weren't coincidences. They're signs from the universe. And I've been on this spiritual journey all my life, so I know that that this was true. And as soon as I quelled the fight and flight instinct, and as a neuroscientist, I knew how to deal with some of the chemical reactions that were happening in my brain, which was making me feel these emotions. I used the process that Lou showed me as well to really question it. Is it real? Is it not real? If it's real, what's it telling me? If it's not real, then what's stopping me? And to really get to it. And so I took the leap of faith and I jumped off the cliff, and Lou and actually my whole beautiful Light Tribe family that I now have was there ready to catch me. And it's been a wonderful experience. And so I just paid for the whole Limitless course up front and in one go. And it's more than exceeded expectations. It really, it's been extraordinary actually. So yes, no reservations after it. In fact, it's I had so much that had come to a head in my personal life, in my professional life, and just my just everything basically. I got to a point where I was in self-sacrifice. I was serving all the time, but I felt that I was in sacrifice because I was offering so much and not feeling like I was getting back anything in return. It was triggering me around my sense of justice and fairness, and I was, not in a very great place. Even though I understand about emotional control, emotional intelligence, mental toughness, I qualified, I train, I teach these things. I teach people qualifications and I do training and all this. But the source was beyond, as I said, this life. It was beyond this world, actually. So I needed to learn how to call on other things outside of this world to really put those things to bed. And learning how to do that and what is out there and who my team are has been extraordinary. So my higher self, I have now a great connection with. I have the beauty of light language of so many different dialects. My own soul dialect, I discovered, I come originally from the dragon realm, and in this, in other lives, I've been a dragon as well, and my soul dialect is dragon. But I have also been many other things, and I have a very, very strong connection with the angelic realm, and with Raphael, with Egypt, and Hathor, and the sun. And there are so many indications in my life, how I've lived my life, that tell me this. I have been living my life with those principles and values, and serving in the way of how I incarnated outside of this planet my whole life. And I have these symbols everywhere, all around me, which now makes so much sense, which are just things I am attracted to and I love. And so dragons, and I'm half Welsh. I've got a place in Wales, in Snowdonia, which I plan to retire to. Even my car has a dragon name. Anyway, so the coincidences just go on and on and on, to be absolutely honest. So I'm not going to spoil it, but I think you'll enjoy discovering these things for yourself, to be absolutely honest. So I'm loving the course. I've learned so much. It's been absolutely extraordinary, and it's actually helped with my personality as well, because I've been quite an intense, competitive, top achiever all my life, in corporate and in my own business. And although I've always been focused on helping and serving others and helping them develop their talents, to nurture them and to show them how excellent they are and step into their own brilliance and realise their own qualities, and help them remove anxiety and concern, build courage using neurotherapy and neuropsychology, skills, knowledge and behaviour development, as a leader, as well as a consultant and as a counsellor and coach, and a mentor. But I've always felt the need to prove myself, like I really wasn't worthy. And now I've realised I'm not just worth it, I am more than worth it. I'm more than worthy. I am limitless. And I am cosmic, and I'm here for a very much higher purpose and a bigger mission than even I realised, and it's all to do with this beautiful blue planet. It's all to do with helping raise the vibration of this planet and to galvanise, educate, inspire the people of this earth, whether they're starseeds or whether they're they originate from the earth. It doesn't matter. We're all beautiful light beings, and I'm here to help all of these beings to step into their light and recognise that they are limitless. And I've got 58 years of developing those skills on this earth, but I've also got all the knowledge and the access now to this beautiful team that I have of beings that I've been, that I am, that I'm going to be in other dimensions and across galaxies and time and space and this whole universe, and it's an extraordinary connection, and it's magical. So it's been wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So my biggest takeaway has been the energy clearing process, which you'll discover when you join Lou's program, which and the elements that you can bring to it yourself. So I've discovered, as I think the whole group have, that you're given these tools and then you make them your own, and you use the base principles and the practices, which are phenomenal. And then as you grow and develop in your skills and knowledge and confidence, and for me, really channeling my dragon light energy so that I've got the fire and the courage to be able to push myself forward. And I've got this confidence to try different things, and you start experimenting and doing different things, and then you start seeing it working, and you start making connections that you didn't realise were there, and you see patterns. And so this energy clearing process really helps you to let go of things that aren't serving you anymore, things that you're dependent on and keep you small. And it allows you to grow, ascend, and step into your light. So these are all wonderful tools and techniques that you can use. And I think that's probably my biggest takeaway, apart from finding out that I'm not only a starseed, but an ancient as well, which actually makes so much sense to me. And then finding out also that you can channel all these other beings. So I've been introduced to the fairies, and it's brought so much more joy and lightness into my life. And I've really loved meeting them, and actually they're amazing creatures as well, or beings, because they're so technical. And then you just find out all these amazing things about them, and they reveal themselves to you, and you learn how to connect with them. And it's really extraordinary in the fact that we're in a space with a group of people, beautiful light beings, cosmic goddesses, who basically you can speak any truth that you want to, you can try out anything you want to. We're across all these different time zones, and you feel so supported, unconditional love. And it doesn't matter what time of day it is, there's always somebody up, because we're all around the world and we bring our own cultures in, and everybody is so different, and they all have their own skills and their own backgrounds, their own stories off this planet as well. And they've got their own gifts, and we share them and we practice on each other. It's absolutely wonderful. And some of the things that we say and we experience and we share in this group, I think we'd have been locked up to be honest. If most people would hear us speaking about what we're experiencing and what we've seen and things that are happening to us and the things that we share together. But you know, nobody ever ridicules you. Everybody just accepts you and go, oh, that's interesting, and let's look into that. And sometimes you've got a side mirror. So we've picked our side mirrors whereby, you know, one of our group will look at something if we want to not share it with the whole group, or that we're having a struggle. And we will, and that side mirror, I'm a side mirror to somebody, somebody's a side mirror to me, will give you their take, and you kind of gravitate towards somebody for a particular reason. It's cosmic. But to be absolutely honest, our group has become, in such a very, very short period of 6 weeks, we've become so close that we're side mirrors to each other. We jump in there and ask permission. Can we help you? Can my team help on this one? I'm having an insight. Would you mind if I share it with you? And if they say yes, then off you go. Or if you meet them in dream space or want to connect with their higher selves, then to help with them with a problem, then you can do that as well. And it's just so inclusive and non-judgmental, and it's a place where I finally feel home, and I know that these beings are going to be close to me, and we're going to work on this mission together, and it's going to be wonderful, and they're always going to be there, and they always are. Even some people are more vocal than others. Some people have come into their gifts a little bit earlier than others along the process. But it's all in divine timing, and we all find our way and support and encourage and inspire each other, and we're all able to activate each other to go higher, ascend higher, get our higher vibrations, share knowledge and skills that the others didn't have, and bring people along, and try things out on each other. Is absolutely wonderful. So in conclusion, I would say I now have new knowledge and skills that help me feel that I have ascended to a much higher level of knowledge and capability, that I'm better placed to serve people, that I am able to bring a whole new multi-dimensional multiverse to the party, and that I am so much better for it. I feel so much better in myself. I've resolved so many of the issues that I had on this earth in my 3D reality and timeline now. But I know that I'm going to go on and do more work, and we'll be doing it together. So yes, I would absolutely recommend this. I can't thank Lou and Chris enough. Chris comes with the most extraordinary knowledge of light language, and understands your wounds and how to help you to close those wounds, and so much more. And he understands your origins, and it all evolves over time, and so you get layered appreciation of where you've come from, who you've been, why you feel the way you do, and then to close those down. And he's there offering his support all of the time in the background, and in particular webinars as well, where live, which then get recorded. And so you've got a beautiful record of what you've been through and what you've learned, so you can continue going back to it. And Lou's content and the way she paces and structures the Limitless course will suit just about every kind of learning style. So you can join live, you can join in, you can just watch or listen, you can go back and watch replays, you can ask her questions. Again, always available during the course. And I was a bit worried at the end of the course, because we had such a strong bonded family, that it was all going to finish. And I think we all felt a bit of grief, to be honest, that it was over. And then we realised, actually, you know what, it's not, because we've made those connections now. We've got the group chat, which Lewis kept open, very generously kept open, our group, Facebook group page as well. And so everything is on there. And she's still around, and she's also, and so is Chris. And so if we do ask questions, she's there, but she's also we're now part of her like family tribe. And so we're always hearing what's coming next and continuing the discussions, and also going into the cosmic portal groups as well for starseeds, and sharing some of our experiences and our knowledge there as well. So, and she really helps you to feel that you can step out and do things post this course, to use skills that you've learnt, and therefore to get even additional value out of the investment. But I have to say, just what I got from the course itself is priceless, and I don't regret it for even 1 second. And I know it was meant to be, and it was waiting for me. And so I'd just like to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for this extraordinary experience and opportunity. And I'm so looking forward to our journey together. And I would recommend that you join us on it. So infinite and eternal love. Shine bright, darlings. Thank you.